Lincoln Fetcher is our next presenter. He is a member of our outreach team, and he is going to tell us about the GreenStep Cities program. So, Lincoln, it's all yours.
So this is just a brief overview of a program by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency and partners called GreenStep Cities, and it was created in about 2012 by the PCA, and it's an effort to engage cities in reducing their environmental impact and building resiliency against the effects of global warming. And so the steps that are part of the name refer to a set of impactful actions that cities can take toward attaining sustainability and resiliency. So this is a visual of the cities already participating here in the state of Minnesota, and you can see that there's almost 150 cities, and those cities, I think it's 146, represent over 50% of the state population. And more cities continue to join, as you see some newer ones here on the right. So the program is it's well structured, and it provides really useful support to the cities. It has a defined methodology and specific actions cities can take toward sustainability and resilience. There are resources and tools to facilitate their efforts to complete those actions. It includes methods for engaging city staff, businesses, citizens, all in working the program. It provides measures and recognition of progress made, and it has tools for sharing information and learning what other participants are doing. So the methodology and the action sequence is a list of 29 best practices grouped into functional categories, as you see here with the orange. These are the 5 categories, and they're all part of a city's normal operational responsibilities. And each of the 29 best practices have well-defined actions that detail the sequence of steps to complete a best practice and in turn be rewarded with some form of recognition. So for example, this first best practice about adopting complete or for living in complete streets is about bringing streets into compliance with city codes and policies, improving human connectivity for walking, biking, etc., improving stormwater management for resiliency, reducing energy use by improving landscaping, all of which makes streets more livable and reduces the negative environmental impact. So each action step links in turn to pages with more details and ways to get help. So this is an example from one of the actions in the previous slide. And the details include tools for use in implementation. It has examples showing the quality of the results that could earn a recognition. And it's got links to connect with experts for help. So why would a Minnesota city want to participate? Well, besides it being tailored to the needs of Minnesota cities, although I'm not quite sure what the difference is for Minnesota cities versus in other states. There are a number of benefits. Those useful tools are already developed, validated, and they are widely used. It provides specific actions and access to resources and experts. Results can be measured with program developed tools. Participants can learn from each other's experiences and gain knowledge. They can get help with financing and technical assistance. And all of these save significant time and money for a city that it wants to improve their environmental impact and situation. So it also provides public recognition and peer, I would say peer competition is a motivator. These little teeny pictures show a couple of the ways that there is recognition, these funny little blocks that they get for various steps, or a sign. You may have seen signs as you go to different cities that are GreenStep Cities. So the partners that I mentioned at the beginning are these organizations, and they each have their own areas of knowledge and experiences to share with participants. So, and as you can see, the partners include Minnesota state agencies with environmental economic progress goals, nonprofits that are focused on helping others to reduce environmental impact, and private companies dedicated to environmental sustainability. So where does the city start if they're interested? Well, this is a web page of with quick resource guides, links to information for a city wanting to explore the program. The joining of the program by a city requires the city council to adopt a resolution committing to the program, to civic engagement, to working and completing best practices of their choice, so they don't have to do all of them, and to report on their progress. So if you want to learn more, you too can go to the website and learn all you want about it as this presents, GreenStep PCA State MNUS. So that's the overview, very brief as requested. And any questions, comments?
So you got one question from Steve Japs. Anyone know what cities are the top leaders in the program? Who's winning the race?
Who's winning the race? Well, you know what? I don't know that, but guess where you can find out. Yes, sir, right there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's, some of the early adopters, but it's interesting how, cities out in the rural areas have worked as hard as, big cities around, like in the metro area and whatnot. My little city of North St. Paul was a pretty early adopter, and they have done quite a bit.
Hey,
Anyway.
Thanks for that, Lincoln. I had to throw in the chat that Falcon Heights was a pioneer in the GreenStep program. I think we were the first Minnesota city to do it.
Was it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I could. We'll check. We're both real early, obviously. Not that it's. I'm not trying to take the trophy for that or anything, but
oh well, take the
awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So I'm for those of you who don't know, I'm on the city council in Falcon Heights. My name's Eric, and on our environment commission as well. And we should be passing our climate emergency declaration in about a month's time, and then going to work on a climate action plan. But man, so much has already kind of been laid out and been done. So it's almost hard to like one up what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, little teeny suburbs like Falcon Heights have been very active, and then there's other suburbs like Vadnais Heights, who's just resistant as all get out, or Plymouth, I think, is one of them. And I mean, I don't get it. But.
I've got two raised hands.
Okay.
Paul Jensen in Fargo. You have a question?
Yeah, this is for Lincoln.
Ed Crucella, who's also on this call here with me, also from Fargo, we actually did a similar presentation to our city commission in 2017 and 2021 with similar structure.
Uh-huh.
We cannot make them listen to anything. It's just incredible.
Oh.
You mentioned another community that you've had similar experiences with. I mean, I would really like to learn from you how you have made them react to these relatively logic presentation.
Well, I have not been the one to do that. PCA has a group working on it. I was actually part of the development team developing the website, but
I see.
they're pretty active. But yes, there are serious resistors that make no sense, because this program has got a lot of tools that are very useful, that a city doesn't have to develop, that they can just follow steps and get help with it.
Yeah.
So I hear you, Paul.
I guess I just had to share my misery here.
Yeah, well, you're not alone.
Yeah.
All right. I've got a question from Clark. Go for
Hi,
it.
Clark.
Yeah, Lincoln, thanks for the presentation. I've been waiting months for it.
Yeah.
And I was on the environmental committee here in Plymouth that wrote the proposal for our city council to join GreenSteps, and I was advocating for it before the council, and they voted it down. So that's one of the reasons I'm running for city council here. But
yeah, good for you.
I wonder about, I'm just worried about the naysayers and how to counter them better. And maybe it's kind of the same question you just answered, but I'd love to, find ways to better allay their fears, because they think it's, big government takeover of our city or whatever, and that's just not the case.
Well, it's not, because they're the drivers. They're in charge, and it's for anybody who understands the reality of what's going on and the need to make changes in city infrastructure to reduce costs. I think one of the things would be to find out what the cost savings are, and I think that there's some stuff on the website, and I should have gone and found that, but I'll see if I can find something. Otherwise, cities that have participated have found significant savings. They change all of their light bulbs to LEDs. I mean, that's huge. And at any rate, I would think the financial side would be the way to go.
If I could say something, if I could jump in, this is Steve Japs.
Yeah.
I was part of that with Clark and trying to get the city council to approve it. There was a group of naysayers, and they brought in some people from Alex to speak for him against it as big government. And it was unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's just not. I mean, it's not, because it's their government that's doing the work. This is just tools that are available and help that's available. It's not about anybody else stepping on them or anything.
I think if I were on our city council, and maybe Eric could chime in too, but we could get reports, of what's happening, and then we would be able to make a decision of, do we take a next step, whether it's a step 2 city or step 3 city, or if it's one of the 29 other, items.
Yeah, and they can start wherever they want. There's no prescribed way of doing this. And that's one of the beauties of it, is that they can select whatever, low-hanging fruit, whatever's easiest, and just work their way along. And there's the resources also include all those other cities that have been working it, and with a lot of experience. So it seems like a win-win to me. Anyway, thank you for deciding to run, Clark, and I wish you luck. I wish I could vote for you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And Lincoln, thank you for being patient with us and delivering a great, very informative talk. I can see I'm going to have a lot of work this weekend with the videos, but I think it'll all be good. So our next meeting will be Thursday, August 11th. Our featured speaker will be the Dr. John Abraham, professor and climate researcher from the University of St. Thomas. The topic, what is happening with the climate? So be sure to join us next month. And on behalf of the leadership team of the Central Minnesota chapter of the Climate Reality Project, thanks for attending.